Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys just randomly stumbled across my channel and you are new here, my name is Andrea. I film videos all about cruelty-free beauty products, and today I wanted to chat about Physicians Formula. I recently kicked off a series where I started talking about my favorite products from drugstore brands. So I already covered Essence, which I'll link in the description box below, and in case you guys are watching this video at a later date, I'll just link my playlist in the description box below, but let me know which brand you want to see next. So like I said, in today's video, we're chatting about Physicians Formula. They have a ton of products. It's crazy to me because whenever I go into a drugstore or I look on their website, I'm always blown away by how many products they actually have available. So I really wanted to narrow it down to my top 10 and share them with you in today's video. They are one of the more expensive drugstore brands, but I think a lot of their formulas are on par with high-end formulas. But like I said, in today's video, I'm sharing my favorites. Let us know in the comment section below which products are your favorites because I would love to check them out if I haven't already, and let's get into it. So let me start with a newer product to my collection. It is the Organic Wear Bright Booster Oil Elixir. This retails for $14.99 and you get 1 fluid ounce. It's a very lightweight oil. It's very fast absorbing, so it sinks into the skin really nicely. So you can actually use this a bunch of different ways. I believe they market it as a skincare oil, but also as a priming oil before you apply makeup. I personally have other oils that I use in my skincare routine. So for me personally, it's actually a great priming oil to apply before I wear makeup. So I actually take the smallest amount. I take 2 tiny little drops for my entire face and just really blend it into my skin before I apply foundation. Like I said, it's definitely more on the lightweight side, so I don't find that it's super heavy. It definitely doesn't clog my pores or cause my skin to break out, and it sinks into the skin pretty well. But when I apply foundation on top, it just looks really naturally beautiful, really radiant, and it blends out so easily. So this is definitely one of my favorite Physicians Formula products. It is somewhat newer to my collection, but I'm just really impressed by the quality. There is another serum that I really enjoy. This one is the Rosé All Day Oil-Free Serum. This one retails for $12.99, and again, you get 1 fluid ounce. Now again, this is one of those products that they kind of market as a skincare product, but I personally use it as like a base before I apply my makeup. You can use these products as skincare products if you want. So this is basically supposed to brighten and tighten your skin and give you, again, a little bit more of like a natural radiant glow. You can rub this into your skin and get that natural glow, but at the same time, it feels matte on the skin. So if you have oily skin, this one's going to be a great option. It has a little bit of like an iridescence to it, or like a pearlescent glow. It's a subtle peachy undertone and it looks really pretty on the skin. And I don't find that it's super strong. So if you apply foundation on top, you won't see that glow underneath, but it just helps all of your makeup products to go on really nicely when you do use it as a primer. I don't find that it irritates my skin at all. I will say the scent is very, very strong compared to the oil. The oil is very subtle. This one is very strong. So if you are sensitive to fragrance, just keep that in mind. And the dropper is a little bit difficult to use. I don't find that it dispenses a ton of products, so sometimes you have to go in multiple times to get the amount that you want, but if you can overlook that, it is a nice product. It's worth looking into if you think it will work for your skin type. Okay, so moving on to the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. This one retails for $12.99 and it's available in 16 shades. I wear the shade LW2, and this is one of my favorite foundations. It just looks so beautiful on the skin, and it really does make your skin look healthy. It looks like skin, but you can build it up to be a little bit more of like a medium coverage foundation. It is very lightweight, very comfortable to wear on the skin, and it has more of like a healthy, natural satin finish. So if you have normal or dry skin, I do think you would enjoy this. Again, I have oily skin, but I like more natural looking foundations that have like that healthy satin finish because they just look more lifelike, more natural on the skin. So for me, it lasts about 8 hours before it starts to get really oily. It kind of goes from like looking natural and looking beautiful to like instantly looking oily once I hit that like 7 to 8 hour mark. But for me, that's something I can deal with on days when I don't want to wear a super heavy coverage foundation because this one's very comfortable, very blendable, really lightweight, and I just enjoy it. This foundation does have a pretty strong scent. It's like a very strong, fresh scent. It does apply with a doe foot applicator, and I will say that it has a tendency to oxidize on me a little bit. Okay, so I really love the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip Velvet Liquid Lipsticks. These retail for $6.99 and they have 13 different shades. I'll swatch a couple of my favorites for you guys, but the price point is amazing on these because they are so high quality, so beautiful. They go on really nicely. Like they feel really soft, really moussey on the lips when you apply them. And I'm wearing one today. I'm wearing the shade Fight Free Reticles, which is a really pretty bright red. They are liquid lipsticks, but they're not as dry as super intense matte liquid lipsticks. They have more of like a natural satin finish, and the more that you wear them throughout the day, the more that they do kind of dry down to a matte finish. But they're very lightweight, very comfortable, really easy to apply. A couple of the shades I do have to build up, which is perfectly fine. Like some of the darker shades are a little bit streaky when I first apply them, but I just go in with a second layer because generally that's what I would do anyways with a lipstick. And I like them because they last on the lips, but they're a lot more comfortable than like super intensely drying matte liquid lipsticks. A couple of cons: they're not completely transfer proof, which, you know, can be a pro or a con for you. It's nice because they're not impossible to remove, but at the same time, if you're eating and drinking and talking and touching your lips, it will come off throughout the day. They do have a tendency to bleed a little bit. Like I'm wearing the red today and I don't have like a super, you know, defined lip line with this product because it does tend to move throughout the day. I've had this one on for a few hours. All of that to say, I do really enjoy the formula. You can't beat it for under $7. I mean, they're long lasting, they're really pretty, and they just look nice on the lips. They don't look as dry as so many of the other liquid lipsticks. So I would recommend checking them out if you guys are interested in them. Another lip product that I love is the Organic Wear Lip Treatment. This is such a good lip balm. It retails for $7.95, and it's just a really nourishing lip treatment. I think that it's a dupe for the Fresh Sugar Lip Balm, which is significantly more expensive. This one is under $8, and I think you can get it for an even more affordable price at Walmart. It's really comfortable, really moisturizing, and I just love applying it to my lips throughout the day. So if you guys are looking for a good lip balm, this one's a great option. It has a really nice, like soft, buttery, glossy feel to it, and it's so luxurious feeling, and it honestly beats out the high-end alternative. I do love the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum. This retails for $10.99. It does come in 3 different shades. My favorite is Ultra Black. I find that the shade Black is a little bit too light. It's more like a charcoal gray, and the shade Ultra Black is like a true black. This is the first brush tip liner that I ever tried, and it made winged liners so easy for me. I always struggle with winged liner, and I think that sometimes felt tip liners can kind of pull or tug on the eyelid, and brush tip liners just glide over the eyes so easily. So if you guys typically struggle with winged liner, try this one out because it really makes a big difference. It just glides on the eyes so easily. I wouldn't consider it like a waterproof or a smudge proof liner. So if you have very watery eyes or your eyeliner tends to run on you, I would probably skip over this one. But if you have dry eyelids or you don't typically struggle with that, then this is definitely worth a shot. Obviously, this video would not be complete if I did not mention the Butter Bronzer. There are 4 different shades, and I have the shade Bronzer, which I believe is the lightest or second to lightest. I will say that the darkest shade definitely won't work for super dark or deep skin tones. Physicians Formula needs to work on their shade ranges, and I think that they are doing a better job than they had done in the past, which is great. I mean, I love that there's improvement, but I would like to see even more improvement so people who have dark and deep skin tones can enjoy their products as well. It's very smooth, very blendable. It works extremely well, and if you're just looking for a good everyday bronzer, this one is a great option because it is so smooth and blendable. It's just quick and easy to use. I think it kind of has like a coconut scent or a tropical scent, but again, if you are sensitive to scents, just keep that in mind. For me, a lot of bronzers tend to skip on my skin, and it's weird because I don't have that issue with blush or highlight, but when it comes to bronzers or contours, they just tend to skip a little bit. I do not have that issue with this one at all. It's just smooth and seamless and buttery, and I love it so much. Now, along the same lines, they did release their Butter Blushes. These retail for $12.99 each, and there are 4 different shades. Again, these are a little bit on the lighter side, so if you have a lighter skin tone, they'll work well for you. I think some of the shades will work for you if you have a darker skin tone, and you can build them up, but just keep that in mind when you're ordering. If you are ordering online, some of the shades might be a little bit too light. It has a really beautiful, smooth, blendable texture. It does not enhance any texture on your skin. Natural Glow is a little bit more of like a highlight. This is very light, so I don't think it typically works as a blush for a lot of people, but you can use it as a blush topper or even a highlighter. The other three are matte. You know how some matte blushes look so like flat matte on the skin, like they're not flattering because they just look dry and matte? That is not the case with these matte blushes. They look like skin, they look really beautiful. So I do recommend checking them out. They're blendable, beautiful, and again, they do have the same scent as the butter bronzer. There is one product that I wanted to mention in today's video that I don't currently have. It is the Bronze Booster Highlight and Contour Palette, which retails for $14.99. They have two different options. One is more of like a shimmery glowy option, and one is more of a matte option. I tried the matte option, which comes with 3 different matte powders. Again, they only have 2 options. So if you have a really dark skin tone or a really light skin tone, this probably is not going to be ideal for you. Hopefully they will create other options in the future, but a lot of times contour palettes aren't really like a one-stop shop. A one-size-fits-all. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. A lot of times with contour palettes, they're not going to work for a variety of skin tones. It's probably more ideal to go into stores and find a powder that's like 1 or 2 shades darker than your skin tone that will work well for you when it comes to contouring. Contour palettes aren't always the way to go, but if you're looking to try one, I do like this one. The powders are very soft. They're somewhat similar to like the butter powders. They're blendable and smooth, and they're just easy to work with. It's more of like a natural contour palette rather than something like super intense. So I just wanted to include that. Again, I don't have one because mine expired fairly quickly, which is the one con. Mine didn't even last a year before the powders got like hard pan, which does happen to powders on occasion, but I just wanted to throw it out there. It is one of my favorite products, but it did expire pretty quickly on me. Okay, I should have mentioned this when I was talking about the foundation and the primers, but the Spotlight Illuminating Primer is a really nice primer if you want something super glowy. This one retails for $12.99, and basically, like I said, it's a really luminous, glowy primer. I would say it's a dupe for the Becca primer, which looks very similar to this. A lot of people say that it's a little bit different, but honestly, if you want to save money and you don't want to spend that much on a primer, this one's a great option. It gives your skin a super radiant glow. It's really, really beautiful. A lot of people say that this actually has like full-on glitter in it, but mine does not. I've checked so many times because I have gotten comments saying that your primers have glitter in them. I wouldn't even say that mine has shimmer in it. It just gives you a really gorgeous glow, but I have had comments where people say theirs have glitter in it. So it might just depend on the batches, how they're mixed. Because this is so intensely glowy, it's not going to be ideal for you if you want more of a subtle glow. And it's a little bit of a thicker primer. So I do notice that I can feel it on my skin. Like it's a little bit heavier. It does kind of fill in any pores or fine lines or texture on your skin. And it looks really pretty. If you have oily skin, it's not necessarily going to make you look matte throughout the day. It is a little bit thicker and heavier on the skin, so just keep that in mind. But if you want a really pretty illuminating primer, this one's going to be a great option for you. I did want to mention one last like bonus product because it's technically a limited edition product, but it is available on their website. So they have this limited edition butter collection box, which retails for, I believe, $29.95. And at the time that I'm filming this, it is still available. It comes with 5 products. So you get a full-sized butter bronzer in the shade Bronzer, a full-sized butter blush in the shade Natural Glow, which is again like that light shade, so it's probably more ideal as like a blush topper or a highlight. And then you get their butter fragrance, which is amazing. I honestly want them to make that a permanent product because it smells so good. It has like a tropical coconut beachy scent. It does smell similar to the butter bronzer, but even better. It's very warm. It's a great summertime fragrance. And then you also get the limited edition body butter and then a butter highlight. And I believe the highlight is in the shade Pearl, which is like a really pretty pearly white highlight. So that's actually a great value. I believe the value of the box is at least like twice the cost of the box. So if you do want to try out all of those products, it's a great option. But I just wanted to include that because I do love that set. It's just limited edition, so I don't know how long it will be available. But that's the end of my video. I just wanted to go through and share my favorite Physicians Formula products with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please let us know in the comments below which products you love so I can check them out if I haven't already. There are quite a few products that I haven't tried because they do have such a large line. So if you have any recommendations, let us know. But I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new video. Bye.